It is true. I mean, I've started doing a lot more of that recently, and that's because I started to learn a lot about myself as well. And through different experiences that I've been through in the past 2 years, it has made me implement that on myself. And because I do what I do, and I train women, I have a group of women that I try to help. So I try to send that message across through what I have learned and what I see day to day. I observe all these women around me. I know what I would like to see people, how they would react towards me. And the same thing I want to push on to other women around me. For me, a lot of people might think that it's just physical, it's about physical appearance. Honestly, when I first started personally, it was never about physical appearance. It was about, I was feeling unhealthy. I was feeling like I wasn't, challenged. I was feeling like I was living not a great lifestyle. And I wanted to change that. I didn't think I needed to lose weight. I didn't think I needed to change how I look at all. That kind of came with the process. We try to encourage women to use training as a source of where they can get confidence from not physically, but mentally. Like for me, it is very important that when women come and ask for my help, I ask them now, why do you want to do this? If they tell me they're doing it because of someone else, I tell them, sorry, I can't help you. I ask again, why are you doing this? They have to want to do this for themselves. Not because, okay, if you look in the mirror and you feel like you're not happy, then change it. If you look in the mirror, whatever body shape you are, if you look in the mirror and you're happy, who is it to say that, you should change? You shouldn't change. It comes for you and only you. And it's not about changing how you look. It's just being healthier, having your mind healthier, having your body healthier. So for me, it is very important that women don't justify training just for changing how they look because society thinks that they should look a certain way. Who says you should look a certain? Who says you should be skinny or you should be a little bit more curvilicious? Who says you should be, what is the right and wrong answer? That depends on who. Depends on other people's opinion or it depends on yourself. And that is something that's very important for me. I'm not trying to help women to tell them, oh, you need to change how you look. Oh, you need to lose weight. Never. Never. I tell them, look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, am I happy? If I'm not happy, I'm going to change it. Or if you look at yourself in the mirror, be happy with what you have. Love yourself. Love every single thing about your body. And that way, you won't put yourself or you won't open yourself to other people's opinions and expectations of what you should do. And that's very important for me. I think it's the problems that a lot of women don't know that we come in different shapes and different structures, and so even I'm going to talk a little bit about my program because it really gets in depth to these certain subjects. Like we show them like a variety of different shapes of women, but they all look their own. They all have different body structures. I don't want anybody to come say, oh, I want to look like you. No, you don't want to look like me. You want to look like you, the best version of you. It is a great compliment when people come and say that to me, but I'm like, no, you don't want to look like me. Just you want to look like you. You want to be the best version of yourself. Unfortunately now social media, and especially with the new generation, everybody is being so consumed about, oh, this is what's appealing. This is what people want to, look like. This is what people want to work with. Even for me, like I've had a lot of people or brands or something like me, I don't fit their body image, right? So that to me is, I'm not going to change who I am and how I look because, I want to work with that person or I want those brands to approach me. No, and I'll have a lot of people say, yeah, but maybe you're a little bit too much. Maybe you need to maybe lose some weight. I was like, I'm happy. I am comfortable in my own skin. I'm not really doing this because of appearance. I'm doing what I'm doing, and whatever appearance comes after that, so be it. I will accept it. I'm happy. Who is there to say that I should change? And that's what I want women also to understand, is that we come in different forms. Accept it. Love it. Embrace it. Make it the best. A lot of women, which I'm sure you can relate to as well, is when a lot of women compliment each other or something. Say, "Oh, you look beautiful today." "Oh no, I don't. I don't like this. I don't. It doesn't really look that great." We have to learn how to say thank you. You know, accept the compliments. There's nothing wrong with that. We always feel like we need to self-negative talk. That's one of the first and biggest issues that we have. When we self-negative talk, you will be so open to someone else telling you something what they think you should look like, and then you're going to feel more down about yourself. You're going to feel more insecure, and that's what we need to change. I look great today. Thank you. You know, I feel great. And I think women think that that's arrogance, but it's not. Loving yourself is not arrogance. There's a fine line between both. You know, when you say, "I feel great today," I'm awesome. That's not arrogance. It is self-love, and there's nothing wrong with that. And just people need to identify the difference between that. Women empowerment. It's a word that's being used very lightly, I would say. Or people say it a lot, but don't really actually live it. Meaning, we ask the world to support women. We ask the world to, give women priority, be equal at work, be equal at everything. We ask men to support women and uplift them, right? But when it comes to women with women, we still have a big issue where women don't really actually support each other. They say women empowerment, but what is women empowerment? How are you going to empower someone? You have to be able to take them through the necessary tools, necessary experiences, hold them by the hand and guide them. That's women empowerment, not saying women empowerment. That's a word that can be used anywhere, right? But how do you actually do that? You have to be able to help them and really reach out, give them the experiences and tools that they can use in order to feel empowered. And I feel like women nowadays are still very much judgmental of each other. They still compete with each other. They still, secretly talk bad about each other. And if we are doing that to each other, how are we asking the world to support us, right? So when I say women empowerment, I really mean women empowerment. When you see a lot of women compliment each other when they see them down. Or "Hey, you're going to get through this. I hope you're doing well." But you have to also be there when they succeed. It's not just when they're feeling down or they've went through something that's really bad in their life. You're there for them. That's great. But it also shows when you're there when they're successful, when they are, reaching the top. Go still and compliment them. Go and say, "Wow, you're doing an amazing job." Not just when they're down. That's women empowerment. So it's definitely using the tools and actually living it. I say don't lose the sense of yourself. When you go through a struggle in life, you're really confused on what it is that you're doing, right? For me, what helped is you need to take time alone. You need to be able to be comfortable alone. For me, I went on this trip to Kilimanjaro. I hiked Kilimanjaro when I was it was maybe the lowest time of my life, and it was the first time I was actually ever alone. I would say take a lot of time to yourself. If I would do that when I was 20 years, I would definitely spend more time alone, get to know myself, travel, experience different things, and never change who you are. Never. And I think that's what brought me back to, I lost a sense of what I want for myself, and then loving myself, and then I came back to that years later and realized that is the most important thing. So I would say not to lose the sense of yourself and travel more. Yeah, I would definitely travel more. Okay, my dreams on a professional level, I want to be able to reach women through what I do, fitness, mainly in the Arab region. I want to be able to reach them in every country. I want to be able to help them in every way I can. For me, it's not just fitness. It's also, having workshops on, how to mentally be healthy. So I want to be able to reach a lot of women. So hopefully we can get Fit Chick everywhere in the Arab region, hopefully soon. But that's one of my main goals. I go with the flow when it comes to personal. Like now I just, whatever happens along my track is I'm going to accept it. I tend to put for myself short-term goals. I think it's more achievable for me. I don't like to do long-term goals because I feel it's harder to achieve, and also it keeps me on track. There's nothing that I feel like I'm supposed to do yet. What I'm supposed to do is what I'm doing today. Like I don't try to say, I'm gonna stress about what I'm gonna do in the future. Professionally, yes, because I know where I want my passion to go. But personally, whatever comes along the way, I'll accept it. And I kind of like the, spontaneous vibe of it. The one thing I feel like women need to change is how you carry yourself. If you carry yourself and if you walk into a room and, how your body language is how people will perceive you. So if you're looking down and you're like, I'm not sure if I look great, I'm not sure if this is, people will see it. People will see that, she's not, or she doesn't look great or whatever. But when you walk into a room, no matter what you look like, you're in pajamas, you don't have makeup on, you have makeup on. If you walk in carrying yourself with confidence, everybody is going to be like, oh, wow, her aura is just amazing, right? So if that is one thing that all women should have is confidence, no matter what you look like in the room. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Your path is different. Stick to it. In the world of social media, we tend to feel like it's a fast life and you want to achieve so much. I'm also like, I'm guilty to that as well. But you have to just remind yourself that everybody has their own path. It doesn't mean you have to, be on that same path or try to reach what they're reaching, or everything happens when it's time. Stick to it, have your vision, and don't stray away.